Section 16, Personal Finance for Real Estate Professionals. Unit 1, Set your financial sights. Unit 2, Evaluating income and expenses. Unit 3, Controlling cash flow. Unit 4, Paying your taxes. Unit 5, Savings and retirement plans. Unit 6, Buying insurance. Unit 7, Personal investment in real estate. Section 16, Unit 1, Set your financial sights. Introduction and objectives. Lesson 1, Connecting personal finance to purpose. Lesson 2, Establishing a system for personal finances. Lesson 3, Separating business and personal finances. Lesson 4, Creating good financial habits. Lesson 5, Goal setting for personal finances. Financial security is the goal. A lot of us may have a vague financial goal of being wealthy, but when it comes right down to it, most people would be happy to be financially secure. How do you define financial security? For participants in a 2015 Pew Asterisk survey, the answer was being able to pay their bills with some left over for extras or savings, and overall being able to make ends meet. Only half of the respondents reported feeling financially secure. More than half, 57%, of those surveyed did not feel financially prepared for an unexpected event, such as a loss of income or a large medical bill. A personal financial plan must include the implicit goals of helping you be financially responsible, in other words, living within your means, and beyond that, helping you feel financially secure. As you develop and write your specific financial goals, keep in mind that the system we're discussing has goals of its own. If you aren't currently meeting these goals, they should be first on your list, before you start writing goals for buying that yacht. Living within your means, which means spending less than you make. Having, or creating, a good credit score and maintaining it by paying off your credit balances in full each month. Making responsible financial choices that don't strain your budget. Maintaining an emergency fund. Saving for retirement. Make a personal pledge to educate yourself about money matters through every phase of your financial life. A personal financial plan is just one part of your financial success. Making plenty of money is one half of the equation, and the other half includes spending and investing it wisely and avoiding risk. Source: Americans' Financial Security, Perception and Reality. A brief from the PEW Charitable Trusts, March 2015. The Pew Research Center is a nonpartisan fact tank that informs the public about the issues, attitudes, and trends shaping America and the world. The center conducts social science research. It does not take positions on policy. Analyzing spending habits. Along the road to creating a personal financial system that keeps you in the black, you're going to realize that you've got spending habits. Some of these habits are good, like paying your bills on time, and some are ones that you'll want to consider replacing with better habits, like curbing purchases that don't support your values. How do you replace poor financial habits with better ones? By identifying all of your habits, and then analyzing the true costs of each one. The true cost is not just the cost of the item, but also the cost of not having that money to put towards something else, perhaps something that you value more highly. Economists call this opportunity cost. Whether you use a manual system of tracking your daily spending or a technological system, the first step in analyzing spending habits is to make sure you track every dollar that you spend. Do this for at least 1 month. Next, analyze the data. If you used a technological solution, it may already have helped you categorize each item so you can see trends. Otherwise, you should enter everything you've recorded into a spreadsheet and create your own categories. As you review your month's spending, make a connection to the personal values that you've identified for yourself. When your spending habits and your values align, great. Congratulate yourself. After all, this isn't most people's idea of entertainment, so give yourself a reason to complete the exercise. Next, look for spending habits that don't align with your personal values. Here's where you can make changes for the better. Remember that opportunity cost. Experts say it takes 66 days to change a habit or start a new one. Ideally, you've set up a system that will allow you to keep tabs on your spending so you can tell if your habits are, in fact, changing. Emily's expense tracking. Emily tracked her spending for a month. At the end of the month, she created some categories for her spending, worked a little magic with it, and ended up with this chart as a result. Separation of personal and business funds. Now that you'll be paying for certain business expenses, you'll need a plan for those, as well as your personal finance system. Even though everything, whether a personal or a business expense, gets paid from what you make as a real estate licensee, it's essential to keep business and personal funds separate. Why not keep all of your funds together? For one thing, separating your business and personal funds marks you as a professional. Here are some other excellent reasons. Better organization. This is one of the areas where separate accounts make your money management and cash flow easier. All of your commission checks should be deposited into your business account. From there, you'll pay yourself money that will be distributed through your personal accounts according to your financial plan. You'll also move funds designated for business into their own accounts, or simply pay for business expenses directly from your business account. Tracking profit. Tracking income and expenses from your business account makes it simple to recognize when you're profitable. Taxes. You need to track your business expenses for tax purposes. Protection from legal action. As an independent contractor, you have the option to set yourself up with a legal business structure, such as a corporation or LLC, that will protect your personal assets should you ever face litigation. A separate business account under the business name is required if you go this route. Another advantage to opening a separate business account is that the bank usually offers a business credit card to go with it. This is one more way to help you track your business expenses and keep them separate from your personal finances. A system for managing personal finances. A good system for managing your personal finances needs to help you cover your expenses, but it should also help you save money for 3 specific situations. A fund to cover living expenses if your income stops, or there's an unexpected expense. A plan to save money for retirement. If you're an independent contractor, you also need to set money aside to pay your self-employment income tax. This is a system designed for people who are independent contractors, and who don't always have a steady flow of cash coming in. The basic principles that you'll use to make this financial system effective are: pay attention to and protect your money. You work hard to earn it, so don't neglect it when you have it. Give it attention and tender loving care, no matter what its size. When you spend it, help it go to the places you value most. Allocate money by percentage of income. Percentages are a more useful way to manage money when you aren't earning a fixed income. You'll create your plan with all of the items that your money will be spent on, both the needs, like housing and food, and the wants, like a new gaming system. Then you'll designate what percentage of your income will go to each item. Every check you receive will be divvied up according to those percentages. That way, nothing that needs to be paid gets left out. Manage cash flow with separate savings accounts. You'll set up separate savings accounts that make cash flow easy to manage and control, no matter how much your income fluctuates. Every check you get will go where it needs to go, ensuring your financial success. The steps you'll use to get this system started are: 1. Identify and analyze your current expenses. Every bill that comes in each month needs to be accounted for. For annual items like taxes, go back 3 years. 2. Estimate your annual and monthly income. All of the income gets counted here, not just what you'll make as a licensee. For example, include income from other household members, such as your spouse. 3. Set your financial goals. These will be based on the expenses that you've identified and your personal values. If there are items that you are spending on that don't really align with your values, here's where you get to decide whether and how you'll change that. 4. Organize. Use the right tools to organize your finances. There are many personal finance applications available, from the simple to the sophisticated. You should also set up a filing system for paper receipts and bills that need to be saved for tax time. 5. Create your budget. Your budget will list not only the expenses you know you have, but also the goals you want to save for, in particular, the taxes, emergency fund, and retirement mentioned earlier. Determine the percentages that each budget item will receive. A simple spreadsheet can help here, or the software you choose to organize your finances may help you to create a budget. 6. Open an account for each financial goal. Based on this budget, you'll open a new account for each savings goal. This will help you manage cash flow and will ensure that the money you earn goes where you want it to. Once the system is set up, you'll dedicate yourself to using it. Since you'll have the proper accounts and a plan for every check, it won't be hard. The final step is to review your plan on a regular basis to see how it is working and tweak it where needed. Creating financial success with personal purpose. Do you love creating a budget and sticking to it? If so, congratulations. It's an important part of any successful financial system. Unfortunately, many people find the idea of a budget more of a misery than a motivation. And the idea of creating any kind of financial plan when you're an independent contractor, in other words, you can't rely on a steady paycheck, may feel downright impossible. The reality is that a budget is even more important when income and expenditures are uncertain. For many licensees, especially those at the beginning of their real estate career, income may be slow to non-existent for weeks or months, followed by a few big checks when the stars align and those hard-won commissions come their way. A financial plan will help you manage your money so that you have enough to pay the bills during the slow times, and don't overspend when your bank account is full. Discipline. Discipline is one component of a good financial plan, of course, just as it's part of a successful real estate career. But the key to keeping yourself motivated to stick to that plan is to tie it to your personal values. When you know that the money you earn will go towards supporting those things that are most important to you, it becomes a lot easier to identify and control spending habits that don't support your values. Example. Rancy is a single guy who loves to golf and sail. He'd love to own his own yacht one day. But, of course, he's got housing expenses, he needs a car to get around and to help him make money, and he has many other bills. Staying away from too much debt is important to Rancy, so he gets those bills paid first. After that, he's got a choice. He can buy new golf clubs and other golfing equipment, he can pay fees to keep the little sailboat he owns, he can go out clubbing with his friends a lot, or he can buy a fancier car, which would be a fun way to impress people. In fact, all of those things might be fun. But Rancy has identified his values as financial responsibility, golf, and his dream of owning a yacht. So when his friends ask him to go clubbing, he may often decide that his money would be better spent, for him, on a golf game. And when that new car calls his name, Rancy will decide that he'd rather fix up his old car and save the rest toward that yacht. If Rancy simply told himself that it was important to pay his bills and to save money, he wouldn't have the specific motivation provided by identifying his values to keep him on track. It would be a lot easier to tell himself that he deserved limitless nights out with his friends, even if it meant he wouldn't have money to put into his savings account. He could sell his little sailboat and put a down payment on a fancier car, but by identifying his values, he knows being able to sail makes him happier than driving a fancy car, and it will help him stay in practice for when he gets that yacht someday. Implement and follow a system. Of course, a sound financial plan involves more than identifying your values. That's just the first step. The second step is to implement and follow a system that ensures that your spending supports your values. But first things first, take some time to identify your own values and how you'd like to spend your money. You can do this any way you like. One suggestion is to sit down and write out a list of the things you want, the activities you enjoy, and the people or causes that you feel strongly about supporting. You can make the list as long as you like. Leave it and come back to it, review it, and add or remove items. The idea is to make sure that what's on that list is what's most important to you. Eventually, you'll want to winnow the list down to the top 3 or 4 things that represent your personal values. Once you're satisfied with that, you'll be ready to create some financial goals and implement your personal financial system.